A great benefit of having separate shops, one for building and one for finishing, is that each space can be optimized. However, we pulled Tyrone over to our shop to record the epoxy process for this desk. Because of this, it had to sit in our shop for 24 hours, and it was up to us to manage the bubbles. Let's just say Tyler and I missed the ball. The desk had some crazy pits and bubbles. In an effort to prevent this, Tyler filled each hole with black CA glue prior to coarse sanding, and we applied a seal coat of epoxy an hour prior to the flood. But still, this is what happened, and now we are going to show you how to fix it the right way. To start, we recommend thoroughly marking all of the spots of damage with a black marker. After you've marked all the damage, it's time to focus on the bubbles under the surface of the epoxy. This is going to require 2 drill bits, a tiny one and a bigger one. Bubbles like these happen because of tiny amounts of air that pools up around the same time the epoxy sets. For each of the bubbles, finger drill a tiny hole, then a larger one, being sure not to go so deep that you hit the wood. Once all of the bubbles are drilled, it's time to prep the craters. Craters happen when you have a shitload of air just bubbling through the epoxy. To fix these, simply sand it flat. It's a good idea to rough up the inside of the craters, but we just made sure to keep it clean. After you've prepped the spots of damage, it's time to sand the whole surface evenly, starting at 80 grit and working your way up to 320 grit. Tyrone recommends wiping with denatured alcohol between every pass and grit during the sanding process. After you're done sanding, clean up all of the epoxy dust thoroughly, making sure to clear the holes. This desk is now ready for the final flood coat of epoxy. For this 30-inch by 80-inch top, we mixed a gallon of tabletop epoxy, spreading it evenly and making sure to break the surface tension over the whole project. If you would like to learn how to properly apply epoxy flood coats, check out this video where we pour 30 gallons over a 70-foot bar top. Anyways, after the surface tension is broken, mist the surface with denatured alcohol to get rid of any bubbles in the epoxy. If all goes well, you should have a perfectly smooth and level epoxy top coat.